Yuck, yuck, yuck. We've got a iron problem, guys. Let me show you how we're gonna fix it. First things first, turn off the electric chicken fence. Hello, chickens. Where's the babies? I don't know. Oh, they're over there underneath the mama. Then, yeah, we're gonna move the chicken fence over. Late June, and we're all wearing flannels this morning. There we go. Get this guy out of the way because we've got to get into the well. And there's mosquitoes. So obviously we've got a pretty bad iron problem. We called the Culligan man and he came out and did a water test for us. And it took a little while because he thought maybe the problem was called iron bacteria, which I'd never heard of before, rather than just like soluble iron, I think it's called, where it's just like iron in your water. He did the water test. It took a couple weeks. And he said that, yes, we have a severe iron bacteria problem and gave solutions for that, how we could actually fix it. And it was going to cost like $7,000 worth of equipment to filter the water and get it clean and all that kind of stuff. And so we're like, man, isn't there like another solution? Isn't there something we could try? He said, yes. There is. We could try shocking the well. He wouldn't tell us how to do it. Probably, I don't know why, but he didn't tell us. He said, just Google how to shock a well for iron bacteria. We did that. We found all kinds of government documents from Canada and from Michigan and I don't know, all over the place. But they describe in detail how to shock your well. So that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to try to lift this well up. If we didn't have the simple pump on there, it'd be way easier. But we've got to lift the whole simple pump up, which goes down 135 feet. Okay. Quickly. Come on, quickly.
You have to go higher. That one's in.
That's
okay. They're on. Thank you.
That's fine, yeah. That'll work.
That's good?
Should be fine.
Okay.
And so the Culligan guy's recommendation was like $7,000, right? Well, this solution is only about $12. And hopefully it's going to work. It's supposed to work. So this is just bleach, unscented, regular old bleach. You've got to figure out how much bleach you need. And all those like documents from different government websites explain how you figure that out. You got to know how deep your well is, what size well casing you have, and you need to know what your static water level is. That way you can figure out how much water is in there. And then, well, you pour the bleach in. Right. I can hear it trickling down in there. And so how did we get this problem in the first place, right? Well, possibly because we contaminated the well somehow. The guy also said that sometimes it happens because the well drillers contaminate the well, going from well to well, and then they transfer that bacteria from one well to another well.
Yeah, he said that it could be because not all well drillers will clean their equipment between jobs. So that's a possibility.
Can you go turn the water on real quick?
Yep.
And we'll hose this down and then we'll turn it off and we'll put that on there and stick it in there. We could have also like exacerbated the problem because the O-ring at the pitless adapter, the last time we put the well pump in there, we pinched the O-ring and we had a leak. Every time the well pump came on, it just sprayed water inside the well, which oxygenated that water. It ran all down the casing, causing that casing to rust, giving like perfect environment for iron bacteria to grow. And so we've got a pretty bad infection in there. The guy also said that the bacteria, it makes like a film, and then if that film gets really thick, the bleach might not be able to penetrate all the way down into, like deep into that film that it creates. Like if you have film like this thick of iron bacteria, it might only go down that much. So we'll have to see. We may have to do this a few times to get it all taken care of, but hopefully it'll work. Another reason that the Culligan guy gave for why there may be more iron in our well, he said that he's seen more iron around like the area, And one reason that he gave is there was an earthquake a little while back ago that could have like opened up different cracks or whatever in the rock down deep, which then allowed more iron to come into the groundwater. Also, he said maybe because so many more wells are being drilled, that's causing a change in the water being sucked up from deeper, or more water having to come in and replace it or something like that. I don't know that it addresses our iron bacteria problem, but with more iron in the water, maybe that gives bacteria a better host to grow in. You're probably wondering, like, aren't you just contaminating your well now even more by going through that dirty hose and pouring it down in there? Well, this is what you're supposed to do. We're just rinsing down that chlorine to make sure that it's not just like thick and concentrated on the well casing and the electrical and the piping and all that. And then we're gonna let it run, and let it run for like 2 hours, just circulating that water in there and mixing it all up so that we've got a good mixture of chlorine in the water. After that, we run all of the faucets in the house, all outdoor faucets and everything, until you can smell a strong chlorine smell coming out of the faucet. Shut them down, let it sit for 24 hours, and then flush the system out. Then hopefully it'll be fixed. We let that run for a couple of hours down in the well to circulate that, but check out our massive cherry crop this year.
Our massive crop.
We've got one cherry here and one cherry there. Pretty big cherry crop,
yeah,
Jules.
we're so excited. We might even make a pie. But these are rainier, and we haven't had any cherries for a couple years. So they're out here, and they just get abused by the moose and the deer. I think finally this one grew so tall that it's out of reach.
It has a chance.
This one over here is the Bing. It's pretty much dead. Nothing. Look at that. There's nothing on there. One dead Bing. No, it's a Bing. Is that what we said?
This one's Bing.
Bing. That one's
But
right near.
It does have a branch like really down low that's
Does it?
still alive.
Really?
This is alive.
Oh, I don't see that. I didn't notice any leaves on it.
It's not dead, is what I mean.
Hmm.
So it might, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty weird to grow from down there, but I don't know. It's pretty sad.
All right. It has been circulating out there for a couple of hours now, and it should all be nice and mixed up right inside of the well. We've got some water here in a tote for flushing the toilet because we're not going to use the water now for 24 hours. But first, we're going to run all of the faucets in the house until we can smell the chlorine coming out of every fixture in the house, flush the toilet a couple times and things like that. Then we let it set for 24 hours and we'll be able to kill, hopefully, all of the iron bacteria that is anywhere within our water system. Whew, 24 hours later, my friends. And I'm pretty sure that everybody would like to have the water turned back on. But before we can start actually using the water in the house, we've got to flush our whole well out. So there's no more chlorine in the well. We got to clean all that chlorine water out. And we've got our hose hooked up here. It runs out to an old slash pile that's over there. It's far away from anything important. And now we will let that run for, I don't know, a good couple hours at least. And then we'll go check it, we'll go smell it, we'll go taste it, and we'll make sure that there's no more chlorine left in the water. So hopefully in a couple hours or so, we'll be able to start, taking showers again and drinking the water and everything like that. Well, we'll see how it comes out in the end here. All right, it's been a couple of hours now. So let's go check the water and see if it's clean. I mean, it's clean, obviously. It's got a bunch of chlorine in it. But if it doesn't have the chlorine in it anymore, we've got the one running over there from that frost-free hydrant that I showed you earlier. But we've also got another one coming off of that outdoor spigot there on the side of the house, which we use to circulate it through the well. But this one is running over here, and we kind of put it over here in the ditch in the road because, well, we don't want all these weeds in the road anyway. So if it kills it, that's all right. All right, let's smell it, huh? We don't want to get it splashed with us. I don't smell nothing. We're clean, man. No chlorine. I don't taste anything. Let's go turn off those spigots, and then we can close up the well, put all that away. But I'll have to wait on that. I need help to do that because I can't do it all by myself. So Jules and Seth, they're actually down in Coeur d'Alene today, and I'm kind of here by myself, working on some things, office stuff, right? The pressure tank, it should be empty of chlorine, so basically we should just have the chlorine that's in some of the lines, right? Like to the bathroom vanity and to the toilet and to the showers and stuff like that. Okay, good to go. Duxaroo, what you doing? All right, here we go. Turn it on, let it run. Baby, run, run. Let's smell it. Whoa, buddy, that still smells like chlorine, seriously. So you don't want to like run a bunch of it through your system if you're having a septic tank like we do. So hopefully it doesn't damage the septic tank. It shouldn't. We're following the directions right from different websites, from government sources, if they're right. I don't know. Go ahead and turn the shower on, and let's go into this bathroom, and we'll turn on some stuff over here and get it going. Turn these guys on. Here we go. Cool. Turn that on for you guys so you can see a little bit better. Flush the toilet. A little bit dirty in there, isn't it? Yep, that's from that iron. Smell this guy. Still smells like chlorine pretty good. Yeah, still does. Jules and Seth are back now. So, we're going to put that well back together. Everything seems to be fine. It's the next day, actually. And so we got all the water, like, you know, whatever we did to it, we got it all cleaned out. No more chlorine in the water. Everything seems good. Water tastes a little bit better, Seth?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Feels cleaner, too.
Cool. All right, so we're going to put this guy back together. If you didn't see how we did this and why we did it before, let me just explain it briefly here. We're holding up the well cap. Now, if we didn't have the simple pump, this would be way easier to do. But the simple pump is kind of heavy because it goes down, all the way down, and the pump for the simple pump is all the way down at the bottom. This is not like one of those like old pitcher pumps, you know, like Little House on the Prairie type stuff. We got to get these guys tucked in here nice and cleanly. Just stir around and lower down. Okay, I'm gonna lift it up. Needless look and make sure all the wires are okay? Nobody's caught getting pinched anywhere. Now the tricky part. I feel like I ought to take the grinder and cut that thing off, man. Well, because it's always a pain. You gotta hook it on there and then slide it back. And you gotta, I mean, if we didn't have the simple pump, it'd be totally easy. But, so I'm gonna lift it up, bring it over. We're off over here. How about you tip it back this way? Just pull it back a little bit, and I'll try to get that rubber under there. No, that ain't going. You're gonna have to lift it up. Lift it up a little bit. Okay, hold on. Okay, let it down. I think we're good. How's that? There we go. Now we're settled in there, huh? Okay, bolts. All right, so we got it all put back together now. And I was just gonna show you here how that simple pump works, in case you're unfamiliar with them. So this rod that you see going up and down, it goes all the way down 135 feet. It's a fiberglass rod. When you buy it, right, it comes in like a kit. You tell them how deep you need to go. They build the kit for you. It takes a few pumps to get the water up. But once it comes up, there you go, right? It's coming up and it's pressurized. So you can actually hook this from here with a hose over to that hydrant that's over there. And then I can pressurize our well tank in the house with this pump. So you could come out, you know, like grid down situation. You could come out, you could pump for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, fill up your well tank inside your house, use that water in your house like normal. Once you lose water pressure, come back out, pump it up again. And you can always have water out there, even if you have zero electricity, like not even a generator. Pretty cool. We've got a whole install video on this. I will link to that down in the description below. You can check that out. Maybe I'll even put it at the end of the video if we remember. But simple pump, it's pretty cool. Not sponsored, by the way. For rust stains like that and stains like that, we have been using this right here. Rust out, it works really good. But today we're gonna try this one right here. It's supposed to get, look at that, cleans rust, no problem. We'll get everything cleaned up really well so that way we can see if the rust comes back, right? So let's get this guy cleaned up. A little bit of water, get it wet. Try this barkeeper's friend. See how it does on getting that rust out of there. Probably should have got my sponge wet first. Might have been too much. Oh, it's like it foams up a little bit when it comes in contact with that rust. That's what the iron out did as well. It's probably the same stuff, I bet. Just, you know, same chemical, whatever it is. I wonder if it's bad for your hands. I don't know that either. All right, man, that looks looking good. Man, it's white in there. Hopefully it's just as white when we rinse it. We do have a little bit up around here from when, like, you wash your hands and the water splashes up here. Okay, so tip here, this stuff's abrasive. Uh-oh, I didn't notice that. Well, we'll find out. I can feel it. Yeah, it's abrasive. So probably ought to be careful about that. Don't scrub too hard. I didn't scrub very hard, so hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, man, look at this nastiness in here. That's some pretty irony stuff in there. Go ahead and just wipe it down first here. Try to get all that loose iron off of the walls and stuff. And flush it down, but it should all be dead. If there is any iron bacteria in the back of the tank, it should be dead. All right, as white can be. That, my friends, is what we want to see. So I'm going to snap my fingers, and it's going to be 2 weeks into the future, and we'll see how everything's doing. We're back, and it's actually been 3 weeks. Check it out. That, my friends, looks pretty good. How's about the back of the tank? Not too bad. It's got some sediment in the bottom. I don't know that that's from the bacteria. Looks like it's just might be rust sediment. And then we've got the tub. Looks pretty good as well. So I think we have been successful. We're going to do it a couple more times though, just to make sure that it doesn't come back. But if you're having a problem with iron bacteria in your well, those documents from different government websites seem to explain how to take care of it pretty good. We hope you guys have a really great day and keep smiling.